Hello and welcome to a special X-Wing video where we are looking at Falcon 3D Parts' cockpit. Now I am in partnership with Falcon 3D Parts. He has been very generous in sending me all sorts of stuff through, and the first one I am looking at is the cockpit because it's the cockpit that I was really after. And yeah, so without further ado, here is the 3D printed cockpit. You can see it's without its spurs or anything like that. I have taken them off. Also in this kit you get these metal parts here. Now these attach very nicely. I'll place them in. These place very nicely in all the right places. So it comes with a little guide, but you know the shapes match the whole, and you know that you can see kind of where all the places are going to go. The next thing it comes with is transfer sheets to stick onto the metal parts. Now you do that by, they are water transfers, so you do it the same way as you would water transfers. As you can see, I'm doing it here. I'm using the Mr. Mark softener, Mr. Mark, the other one, I can't remember what it is at the moment, to make sure they all attach. I also primed the main body of the cockpit, and I also gave it a paint job. And here it is, all finished. So let me just show you some of the details that I have done here. Now I haven't completely finished it because some parts here need to have bits cut out for the light to come through. But as you can see, it looks brilliant. I've added lots of weathering to it. I wanted it to be a dirty looking cockpit, but I tried not to damage the stickers as much as I could. Obviously my misplacing, sometimes you can see the gold of the metal parts sticking through, but I quite like that aesthetic. And to match it, I tried to add gold paint on this switch here and these switches here, so it didn't stand out as much. You get two variations of the main window here. You get the Empire Strikes Back and the New Hope version. So yeah, you get that option as well, which is lovely. And the detailing here, got blasted out one here. I just wanted to add kind of a blasted out version to really show dirt. And then of course back here we have all the dirt and grime of the cockpit and all these lovely tubes which will go there. Oh, I forgot to detach that sprue. Oh well, it's there forever now. You won't be able to see it when the pilot's in and the chair's in and stuff like that. This part here is also, so I keep knocking the camera, but let me just zoom in rather than bring it closer. This part here is also a metal part which I glued on, and I might need to poke out the holes where the paint has solidified to get that nice grating effect. But you can see more gold marking here, got silver paint along the top just to add some difference there, silver paint on that instrument panel there. And of course the main feature of this is that it lights up better than the stock parts. So let me just show you how that works. I'm not going to be able to get this out now. It comes with this piece here, which is a diffuser. So this, the light will, I believe, go in this hole here and then diffuse it evenly across all of the instrument panels here. And it is very simple. You can see all the gold there. It is very simple to attach. You just push it in like that. It all fits together absolutely perfectly, no problems at all. Now I don't yet have the actual light up part, the actual bulb LED that comes with the stock build, because we haven't yet got there in the UK. So I am going to have to use a phone torch, but before I do that I just have to make everything darker to show it off properly. So 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Now I'm sorry for the image. I can see on my viewfinder that it is kind of fuzzy. I am sorry about that. It is low light, but I just want to show it off in all its glory. So if we bring in my phone here, showing it underneath, look at that. Now I don't know whether it will be this bright. Like I said, I don't know how bright the LEDs are, but that is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. And in doing this for the first time, I see that I've light bleeding through the gold parts, which, do you know what? It's not meant to be there, but I do quite like it. It gives it a sense of all being alive. And if you're not a fan of it, obviously you can take this part off, remove that, and paint black on the edges. Make sure you don't paint black over the holes, otherwise it would be pointless. But yeah, I really like that. I like the soft glow that will come out underneath, And of course we'll have an LED here as well. I don't think it will be that bright, but yeah, because you can't see the colours. You can in real life, but you can't on camera. And we'll have an LED there as well. But it'll all be diffused lovely. And yeah, I really like that. It really works. Oh, I wish that I could show you what it looks like actually in real life rather than in the camera. I'll try and get some photos of it, because the colours look great. It's not as glowy on the edges. It's more this soft glow, which I really like. And even though technically the cockpit isn't like that, we actually see very little of the X-Wing cockpit when we, you know, the upcoming game, Star Wars, I can't remember what it's called, but the upcoming game we'll see a lot more of the cockpit because it is first person. But you know, maybe they do have glowy parts, who knows. But that is what the cockpit looks like, all glowing, all looking great. And as you can see from those photos, it looks wonderful. So I'm just going to bring the lights back on to show you the final part of this video, and that is how it attaches with all the other stock parts. So here's the stock part of the lower end of the cockpit with the footwells here, and you can see we've got all these screw holes and bulb holes here. If I just get this part and just plop it in, as you can see, it fits absolutely perfectly. There's no edges at all, fits lovely. Absolutely lovely. You can see from the bottom here, fits perfectly, like it's made for it, which it was of course, but you know what I mean. It also comes with the now it doesn't come with these screw holes, but that may be for something else. I think these screw holes, actually, does it screw down in the normal way? Let me just have a look at this. I'm discovering as I go along. Okay, so no, there's no screw holes on it. You can see, I imagine that these screw holes, these screw holes and these screw holes are going to be used, but they don't have them here. But it is a nice tight fit that I think maybe with some glue that will fit in there like that. So I'm not going to glue it yet because I haven't got to that part in the main build yet, so I don't know what else we will need to do to this cockpit before I do it, like install the lights for example, and test the lights and things like that. But yeah, that's looking great. And then if we bring in the cockpit visor now, just seen something else. I touched on this last week. First of all, I found the piston, which is lovely. Second of all, the Falcon 3D parts don't have screw holes for them. They have these like little notches here, which are more accurate, I'm sure, to these little piston parts, but it means that they won't attach easily. So I'll just put that in there. You know, I mean, the glass work fits sublimely, you know, and it looks really nice. Even without the lights on, the level of detail on this cockpit is stunning. Is it better than the stock build? Yes, I'm going to say it is, but I haven't worked that out for myself yet because I don't have the stock build parts. And also I've got more additional parts to add on, like tubing and piping and stuff like that, which will come with the stock build. And it actually comes with the cockpit part as well. But I'm not doing any of that till I get to the stock build part, so you'll see that in an upcoming video. Anyway, going back to these pistons, you see they can attach, it blends in very well. What I might have to do is I might have to cut off these screw hole parts here and just nip off those little bits and then glue these parts down. But again, I won't be doing that till probably the final part of the X-Wing to make sure that that is all secure and I don't have to take it apart and things like that. But yeah, that looks sublime. I'll tell you what, one more thing. Let's put it in more stock parts here, which is where it's going to end up, where its home's going to be. If I can get it in. There we go. So there's the cockpit sitting nicely, into the framework. Lovely. Very nice indeed. Obviously it's not screwed down yet, so it is a bit wobbly. But there we go. And do you want a little sneak peek for tomorrow's video? Why not? I'll show you how to do that in tomorrow's video, but here's the nose cone bit. I am filming this after next week's video, tomorrow's video obviously. There's the nose cone there, attached to there, and I wish that this camera was bigger. Again, here's a photo of it in all its glory. The long X-Wing nose coney part with cockpit attached. So yeah, it is beautiful. It is absolutely sublime. Thank you so much, Falcon 3D Parts, for sending it through. I'm really happy with it. Oh, one more thing. I'm not going to touch it yet because it's still been painting, but this hole here is for the Navi computer, and you can see it will stick in through this hole here and out here, so it is movable. I need to work out how to do that with it being painted, because every time I paint it and put it in, the paint rubs, so I need to sand it down properly and stuff like that. But when that is done, I will show you that navigational computer that does move, which we don't get in the stock part. If I bring the stock part back here, look, it just sits there, getting a bit dumb. In fact, I haven't done this comparison yet. Obviously we'll get, oops, sorry, too zoomed in. Obviously we'll get wires and stuff, I hope, for the stock part, but yeah, stock part, it's got that grating on. Falcon 3D part, much better, very happy with this. It's a pleasure being in partnership with him, an absolute pleasure that he's supporting this channel, so thank you so much for doing that, Falcon 3D Parts. I urge you to go in the link below and check out all of the extra parts that he has. As when I was priming this, I also primed the reveal parts, as you can see here, and then I did start painting them, but I've got an issue with the paint, and the reason that I am not yet talking about these parts is because when I painted it, just bringing it in here, the only paint I could, well, I was told, I asked on the forums and they said this paint is the most accurate to the, right, so I asked, it's a bit of an odd question because people don't usually ask this. When you, on the forums, people usually ask, what paint do we use, or what paint can be used to match the original model? And I think that is the paint that they've given me here. But what I asked was, what paint can we use to match this model and the paintwork that has been done, which is obviously this color and very different. Have I got a part? Yeah, okay, so yeah, so spoiling tomorrow's video again, here is a wing part here, and you see we put an engine on, it doesn't match at all. So if anyone out there can help, what paints match this looking paint, not the actual real model paint? Does that make sense? I'm looking for this kind of grey. I know it's got different layers, I know it's got black wash and stuff like that as well, but this initial grey colour, this colour here, this hasn't been, you know, what matches that, so I can paint these parts the same and then install them and show them off. If you could let me know that, that would be great. But that is one heck of a tangent. Let's bring in the cockpit in all its glory. It is beautiful. Thank you so much again, Falcon 3D Parts, for sending this through. Be sure to go check them out, buy stuff, support them, because they are doing wonderful work. I'll be showing off more of their stuff in due course, especially when I get the paint matching right. That is important. But I will be showing off the see-through droid strip when we get to that part in the main build. So for now, that is your special bonus X-Wing video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'll be back for the next stock build Falcon parts, which is issue 37 and 38. Thank you again for all your support, and go check out Falcon 3D Parts because they do wonderful stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.